Let's go ahead and start off with some network enumeration. I already did run an nmap scan just to make it a little bit easier, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we got here. So we do have port 22, which is SSH, showing us that this is an Ubuntu server. We also do have port 80, which is HTTP, showing us that this is an Apache web server, and also the OS of Ubuntu. So that's all we have here. So let's go ahead and check out that web server. We can go over here to Firefox, paste in the IP address. Let me grab that real quick. Here we go. Paste it in here. And we get this Apache 2 default page. So the first thing that I do normally when I see something like this is run a GoBuster scan or some type of directory busting enumeration type of thing, right? Just to see what other endpoints there are available there. So let's go ahead and do a GoBuster, dir tag-u, HTTP, and then this IP. And then we could do tag-w, opt, seclist, discovery, web content, and then we can do directory 2.3 medium.txt. And since this is running Apache, we can also do something like tag-x for the extension, and then do a PHP, and then zip, backup, something like that, right? To see if there's anything hidden within these files or within these directories. So while this runs, we can see if there's like a robots.txt or something like that, just to go ahead and go from there. Let's do robots.txt. Okay, there is admin, WordPress, user, and election. Let's try that, admin. Okay, nothing there. We can try WordPress, nothing there. Can actually scroll in, user. We could try that. Nothing. And we have this election. And we do get a page. So this is a web-based election system. Election from TriPath projects. So if we go up here on the top right, we can see these little buttons up here. They don't actually go anywhere. If you look in the bottom left-hand side of the screen, we can see that there's just a little hashtag there. That's just like a marker, a holding place, basically, for adding more functionality later on, right? So if I just click here, if I click on candidate, there's nothing here. We see that the admin, I'm assuming the admin's name is Love, and it has an ID of 1, so that might be interesting to take note of for later. You can also click on the vote now and type your voter's code. Put in a random code here. Voter's code is incorrect. Please check or re-register. So right now I haven't found a register like endpoint or somewhere where that we can log in. So let's also do another scan, right? Let's use FUF. Let's use FUF tag-u HTTP, and then we can do. Actually, let's grab the IP address right here. Grab this, paste, and then we can do election, fuzz, u, opt, seclist, discovery, web content, and then let's do raft, small words.txt. Okay. So we do have data, lib, languages, admin. Okay, that's interesting. Admin. We could go to that, admin. All right, so it does look like this could be a login page for the admin panel, but it says type your admin's ID. So we don't know an ID right now. We don't have an ID. We can try and do like a single quote. We can try and do something like a bunch of special characters to see what works and what doesn't work, or if we get some type of error. And we see right here that we couldn't find your ID, and it says 5 attempts left. So there is some type of brute forcing restriction on here that's not going to allow us to actually try as many, variations of a password or something like that, or an ID that we can try, right? So this is not going to work for us at the moment. Let's go back here. Let's see what else that we can take a look at. We do have data, media, themes, languages, lib. All right, let's see data. Maybe there's something hidden in there. We could do data. Nothing here. We got themes. We got shards. Okay, we have election.php. There is nothing in here. And home.php, and nothing in here. Okay, so this is just basic, a basic type of theme that the actual website is using for the visuals, right? So another thing that we haven't checked out yet is going to be this phpMyAdmin. And if you don't already know, this phpMyAdmin is a basically holding site for web access to the databases that you're using on the back end. So if we do phpMyAdmin, we actually get to this page right here, and we can go ahead and search up default credentials for phpMyAdmin. So we can see root with password null, which is just like an empty password. We also see root and admin. So we're just seeing a bunch of like common default passwords. So we can do common default passwords. No, not gateways. There you go. Okay, let's see what we got here. So we do have a couple of passwords here that we can try out. Although I'm not just going to brute force them. Let's try the ones that we saw earlier. Let's see. Let's go back here. If we do root and admin, doesn't work. Let's try password. Let's try empty string. Nothing there. We can also try root backwards, tour, and we get in. Awesome. So now that we are into this sort of dashboard, we can see over here on the left-hand side that there are all the databases that are installed on this network or on this server. So we can see right here that we have this election one. We can expand it, and we can go through each one of these tables and see if we find anything. So here is love. Admin 1, this is an ID of 76. Okay, so something that we can also do here is let's go ahead and duplicate this tab. Let's go back to election and admin. And let's try something out here. If we go to Foxy Proxy, open up burp, just so we can see the actual request going through, we can see what actual parameter it's looking for, right? So what I mean by that, let's do this. Let's go ahead and grab this. Okay, right here, no in DUK, or no in Duke, I guess. So this is what we're really looking for right here, right? If we go back to this phpMyAdmin, we can see that right here, this is only the ID, this is the name, and these are different parameters or different fields of names, right? If we go down, it's loading. If we refresh this, oh, have burp open, that might not be good. Let's go ahead and click enter. There we go. Okay, we have a couple other things here. If we go down one more, we can see right here that we have this no in Duke, or no INDUK, right? And so this is what we were looking for right there. We have this 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have a password right here. So the first thing that we can do is let's see if this ID works, right? So let's go ahead and send this to repeater. Let's send this through. This is one that does not exist, and we get this false error. If we do 1, 2, 3, 4, let's see if this goes through. Okay, so we do. And if we click on render, we can see that we get this page. I mean, this is not what it actually looks like. This is just a response. Let's see if we can just do this in the actual browser. Close this off, refresh this, and let's do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Click next, and we can see that we are here as love, or the administrator, and we can see here that it's asking us for a password. So if we go back to the phpMyAdmin, we can see this hash here, and we can grab it from here. This looks like an MD5 hash, although while we're waiting for this, let's close this off, and then we can do something like echo-n, echo-n, and then this, and then we could do wc-c and 32. Fantastic. That shows that it is an MD5 hash. So what we could do is we can actually go to crack station like this, paste this in here. I'm not a robot. Oh boy. Bus, bus, and bus. And that looks to be about it. There we go. And we can see that it's not found. Okay, so now what does this mean, right? We do have the ability to edit this though. So if we click on edit here, we can actually do an insert on this string here. So what we're going to do is this is looking for a hash, an MD5 hash to be specific, right? So what we're going to do is let's do a echo -n, and then we can do something like password 123 like this, and then we can do an MD5 sum and get an MD5 sum of this password. We can grab this, go back, paste it in here, click go, and it gets affected, right? It gets updated. So what we can do is now we can go back to the selection thing and we can do password 123, enter. Here we go, and we are in the dashboard. Awesome. So now from here, we can go ahead and do another brute force on this admin endpoint right here, or another brute force, but a directory brute force, right? So we can find anything else that is hiding. We can actually close this off. We don't need it right now. Let's go back, and then we can do something like admin, and then also we might want to add in the cookie. So if we do a Control-Shift-I, go to storage, we have this here. Oh God, that is a lot of information. Don't know if this is going to work. We can try this one. Let's do a, was it B? I'm not sure. Let's see. Scroll up. Let's see, where is for a cookie? B. Got you. All right, cool. So we can do a B and then PHP sys_id equals this, like that. Okay, I guess it didn't work specifically. Let's see how we're going to do this. Oh, that's why. Just have to add fuzz here. There we go. So we do have image, Ajax, logs, plugins, ink. So one thing that stands out to me is logs. That might be interesting, right? Let's close this out. Let's go over here and let's do logs. Okay, so we have this system.log. We can click on this and we get this system.log download. If we open this up, we can see something pretty interesting here. I don't think I can make this any bigger. Let's just do this. Let's close this out. Let's go back here to the terminal. Let's open this up and let's cat downloads and system.log. Okay, and right here, the first entry in this log says assigned password for the user love password at 123. So let's copy this and let's try an SSH with this. SSH love at 192.168.233.211. Enter this. And we're on the box. Awesome. So that's all we needed for that. That's fantastic. And the first thing that we can do is check sudo-l to see what we are able to run as sudo. So we can do sudo-l, paste in the password, and we don't have the ability to run sudo on the box. Okay, what's next? We can do ls-la to see if there's anything important on here. We have the Serv-U tray, which is pretty interesting. Serv-U is like a type of installation package. How do you say it? Binary, right? But over here we have bash history. We can also do cad.bash history. We see SSH root at 127.0.0.1. It doesn't hurt to try this out, although I don't think that root just doesn't have a password set. And he does. Click enter. Nope. All right. So another thing that we can do is cat etc cron tab. There are no cron tabs running. We can do ssnltp to see if there are any ports open. So we do have 3306, although we don't really care that much about the database because we already have access to the databases through the phpMyAdmin session, right? So there's nothing else that seems to be as of importance here. We can do ps-ef grep root. This box is a little bit slow. There we go. We can see if there's anything else here interesting. Unintended upgrade. Scroll up. Apache 2. chroot helper. And just regular OS stuff. Okay, so there doesn't seem to be anything interesting there. Let's do a quick search for an SUID bit to see if there's anything that we can utilize with that. So we can do a nice find /perm 4000 to dev null and see what we got here. There we go. Okay, so take a look at this. We have this user local Serv-U, and we also saw that serv-u.conf in our directory, right? So let's copy this, and actually we don't even need the rest of this. This is as important as it gets. So we could do ls-la on this. We can see that this is indeed an SUID bit set on it, and it's owned by root. So the first thing we can do, come over here to Google, and we can do Serv-U privesc. And we have this Serv-U FTP server, local privilege escalation. We can go ahead and click on this one, and we can also look at that second one there. So this specific exploit is based on a C code, so you just have to compile it and then go from there. Now, another thing, if you didn't have a compiler, this might be difficult to pull off, right? So we can also go back here and we can see also something interesting here. So what we can see from here is that this is actually run in bash. So bash is something that almost any Linux OS has, right, or has implemented. That is the #1 shell that is used by Linux, that or ZSH, different things like that. Anyways, this is something that is readily available, right, in a Linux environment. So what we can do is just run this right here, which is bin bash text C, and then we're exec-a and copying bash to temp sh, changing the owner of the new shell, changing the permissions to make it an SUID bit, and then running Serv-U and then prepare installation. So let's go ahead and do this. Grab this right here, copy, and go over here to the terminal, paste it in here, click enter, permission denied. If we do ls-la on temp sh, or temp, we have this sh right here with root, and also an SUID bit. So all we have to do is /temp sh-p and ID. We are root on the box. We have the EUID, or the effective UID of root, so we can do anything here. Now, let me just go ahead and show you how to do the other one. So we can go back here, we can go to the first one, scroll down, and we can just grab this code right here, this C code, copy it. Let's go back here, and let's do a vi exec-c. We can go ahead and do set paste, control V, and then exit this. And then we could do a which GCC, which is the compiler. We do have it on this box, so that's good. GCC, and then we can do exec-c and -o, and we could do privesc like this, enter. And so all we have to do now is do chmod +x on privesc, and then do /privesc, and we are root on the box once again. So if we do cd/root, cd/root, oh, okay, that's why. There we go. And we can see the proof.txt right here. If we cat this out, .text, there we go. You can see that we have all permissions. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.